Everybody in that foursome is wearing the same color red t-shirt. They're either grounds crew or they're, I don't know, a golf team. It's a foursome though. They're playing against each other. I don't know. Yeah, there's a lot more butterflies. I would say there's a lot more butterflies this year, but I could be wrong because for me there's a lot more butterflies this year because I got outside this year and walked around. So it's more butterflies out here than that are in my house, for sure. That hopefully is always the case. As much as I love butterflies, I don't want them fluttering around my house. Not really, I don't. If I had a butterfly tank, do they have those? Like a fish tank? Like instead of you get a freshwater fish tank, or if you're hardcore, you get a saltwater. But what if you're so hardcore, you get a butterfly fish tank? And it's just like a bunch of butterflies flying around in there. That could be pretty. Oh, that fly looks like a squirrel. It's walking around on the rock like Robert the Rockbee would. Well, Robert mostly flew low over the rock, but sometimes he landed on the rock. He crash landed, but he comes crashing into the rock when he lands. He just falls like he weighs 10 times more than you would think, and it's like all of a sudden he's on the ground. But he doesn't walk like this. Fly's walking around, and its body's like this, but it's got a tail that's like this, like a squirrel's tail, and it's hanging down, and it's just, I don't know. What fly ever reminded you of a squirrel? That's weird, though. It definitely does. It did, and it does. I can't find it anymore because my eyes watering. And I lost track of it. It might have floated away. It's got wings. It's a fly. It should fly. But it was walking. And its tail was down like a squirrel's tail. It wasn't hightailing it. It was low-tailing it. Is that a thing? Slinking around. But he was just walking. He was stomping around. He wasn't slinking. But his tail was like a slinker. You know? Oh, there's one of them. What do you call them? Spotted lanternflies. Invasive species. They're pretty from a distance. They have pretty wings from a distance. But they're bad for our environment. I'm just observing though. I try not to injure bugs at all anymore. So I probably should kill it, but I'm not going to kill any bugs. Not unless it's attacking me and I'm defending myself. Which they don't do that. They don't do that. Anyway, yeah, that was a squirrel fly. I guess they have those up here. I only ever read about them. On the dark web, you could read about squirrel flies. I don't think they're dangerous. They're just, I don't know what it is. I don't know why they have to be restricted to the dark web. But if you were to look it up, you know, you probably couldn't find squirrel fly on the regular web. But I only ever read about them. Now I saw it. Unless that wasn't a squirrel fly. It just put me in mind of a squirrel. Maybe squirrel flies are flies that are as big as baby squirrels. That's terrifying. And that's why they're on the dark web, because they're like dangerous and monstrous. And it's like a bad government experiment gone wrong. And it's only on the dark web the secrets of it came out. But every once in a while you come across a fly as big as your face. Maybe not quite as big as your face. Baby squirrel sized. Those are squirrel flies. They're dangerous because they could frighten you to death. They could cause such a fright because you're not used to seeing something like that. People are clapping at each other. Somebody did a Fore. Are you supposed to, is the etiquette that if you hear a Fore, you're also supposed to yell at yourself? Or did three people just slam it wrong in a row? Boom, 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 Fore, Fore, Fore. I think you're probably supposed to, you want to make sure everybody knows that there's a ball in the air and it might be coming at you. So if you hear a Fore, you say a Fore. How long do you stop saying it? And what's the distance and duration by which you don't repeat it? Because at some point that ball's going to hit the ground, probably in a couple of seconds, right? So you don't need to be saying it like 10 seconds later. I don't know. I don't ever golf. So I don't really know the etiquette. I just know enough to be dangerous, I think. You know, I've golfed in my life, but not for 35 years probably. As a teenager, I did some golfing. but, really bad, really poorly, frustratingly poorly, right? Which it does, but I just couldn't control my frustration. I didn't enjoy it at all. Quick little par threes, 9 holes of par 3 with my friend who was a better golfer. A few times I did that. My grandma, she liked to golf. We went a couple of times. That was more fun because I'm just chilling with my grandma. But so, there's no grandmas, and we're not for anybody, right? Or against. We're not for or against anybody. On a 9-hole par 3 with grandma, you're not guns a-blazing, And she was better than me, I'm sure. I don't remember. She would have been in her 60s probably, or 70s. Yeah, for sure, 70s. I feel like probably, maybe she was in her late 60s then. I feel like I went golfing with her. I was out there almost every summer from like high school all the way through college. Here's that butterfly again. That monarch, he just did a 180 right around me. He came at me, and then he just went like that and came back that way. Anyway, we weren't foreign anybody. So I never learned the proper etiquette. But if I were to use my reasoned mind, I would guess that makes sense. You echo it so that other people have a chance. If they didn't hear, I don't know. You're pretty much, though, here's the thing. That's kind of the people who are going to secondarily for you are pretty close to the primary for person. So it's unnecessary. It's maybe not that they're that much, it's just a repetition. That's what it is. In case they didn't understand. Look, there's not a lot of yelling on the golf course. So the only yell that you should hear would probably be a 4. But maybe you're like so into your swing and you hear a loud sound, you're not sure what it was. And then now you're pricking your ears up. And it's the secondary 4 person who yells out 4 that you hear 4. Thank goodness that second person yelled it out, because otherwise, I don't know, and the ball almost hit him. But he stepped out of the way and covered his head just like, and the ball went thump right next to his ball that he was about to tee off on. So, that's probably why you do it. Probably that third guy. Maybe how many times do you do it? If it's a foursome, does everybody supposed to do it? Or is it just 3? The primary 4 person. The secondary 4 person, and then the tertiary 4 person, which is always, this is how you know how you do it. The primary 4 person is the person who hits the 4. He yells 4. His partner is the only one who doesn't yell it. That's how you know the other 2 competitors in the foursome, or the one who don't drive your cart, I guess is what I mean. They each yell it in turn, secondary and third. Now, which one? Alphabetical by first name. That's how you do it. So if I was playing with my grandma, who's named G, and I'm a D, and we're playing with 2 Johns, then it's last name. First name, last name. John R, John M, Grandma, and Deckard. Deckard hits it and yells 4. Grandma keeps her mouth shut, which is good. We don't need Grandma yelling. And then John M yells 4. And then John R, his partner in his cart, yells 4. Right? That's how you do it. If that's not how you do it, that's how you should do it. I just made it up, but maybe. I made up the logistics for it, which is what I'm good at. When I'm good at it, I'm pretty good at it. But it has to be an inspiration out of nowhere.